everyone, this is Crush Me Twice, and today I'm tackling a smaller project. I want to create for my USB hubs a little stand or a mount. I drew something up very quickly here, so it's going to be made from this aluminum block I have left over from another project. And we're going to make a diagonal cut here, and then we use those router guides which I have left over also from another project, GPU mount if you can remember. And we're gonna mount them against the block like this, and on both sides, and in between we're gonna put just metal plates and mount then the hubs like that on. And that's the thing. That's it. Just a small little project, needed for the Simpit, but not very elaborate. So not very complex, very simple thing to do, and it will make switching on and off my different controls a lot easier. Now I have a second one of these hubs, that's a USB 3 switchable hub, has both DC power and standard USB 3. Each one is individual switchable, so on and off positions. So I can assign different flight controls, including my webcam and IR track. The FSD stands for flight stick, and the MFD for a MFD panel, which I plan to purchase in the future from Winwing. I have the same hub as a 7-port. This is the 4-port, and I want to make that mount to accommodate the 7-port as well, or even a 9-port if needed. And so I make it a little bigger than I need it for now, so that I can get my panels in the Simpit mount and have to stick them somewhere or dangling around. And that's what we're gonna do. So first we're gonna measure this all up, cut this, machine it off, and cut 2 of those rails, 2 rail pieces. Maybe this one will be enough, I'm not sure yet. And I want to kind of have those holes which are already existing, at least one of them, like utilizing that one already. Alright, I cut them diagonally with the portable saw and just machined quickly over to get rid of cut marks. And now I'm gonna do both of them. I'm gonna put them in the mill, and we're gonna cut a slot out here for the through hole to the profile. I put them already into the mill. Now we're gonna cut our flat section for the through bolts. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Definitely have enough room for either M8 or M6. Get the center from each one, so I know what to drill, and then we pre-drill it right through, because right now we're in the correct vertical position, horizontal, vertical, so we know that when we drill now, we have no problem aligning our hole vertically. And then we drill those holes. Then we flip it around and we drill the holes here for our rails. Those rails will go on just like that. And we cut them off like here. And then we can put 2 panels in there. So there goes a hole here, 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 and here for 2 rails. And we pop that back up. And then we're all good. I measured 110 millimeter. Now we gotta cut those rails. Here we are, 2 rails. I'm gonna put them in the mill, square them off, and mark the second hole. This will be the top hole. and we're gonna drill another hole down here for mounting those. I chamfered them out. I actually used a drill bit instead of a chamfer because I could not find one which fit, so that worked out. Now I'm gonna clean everything up and then we take a look at the assembly bench. Here's a piece now we machined. I mounted the little router guide rail or whatever it's called, and you know, we're gonna mount this to a aluminum profile. I cut 2 pieces of steel that's 1.5 inch wide, 1/8 inch thick flat bar with flat steel, and this works like this. This goes like so, and then the hub goes on top of it like so. We just mount this on and then we're good to go. Painted the 2 panels, the rails. Here are the stands. Now we're gonna assemble that USB panel and install it into the Simpit. First off, we're gonna stick those bolts through here before I get the rails on. Otherwise I have no way of tightening them or adjusting it. So it goes on like this. So now we have our bolt in here. We have a hole here to access that bolt down here. Now you can see it just like at a cross section how it would sit on the T-slot. And then these ones go across it. Get the other one ready here. Here we are. I'm going to put one of those in. Get one of the panels on there. Just so we see how it looks. So it goes like this. And then we're going to use double-sided adhesive and put this panel on here. And the next one below that. So I'm going to go over to the Simpit and set this all up. Okay, now for Simpit. Here are the USB panels, the USB hubs mounted with the stand I built, and everything's looking good. All is wired up and it's very easy accessible from the seating position with the office chair on the high position or in the low position when I use it as a pilot chair. I labeled it all up, I labeled the cables, and now I have an easy way of switching on my peripherals or my different sticks and flight controllers. Now I want to make a little lighting source here. So if you think this is the Simpit, this is kind of how it runs. So I have to cut at an angle like I did here to get exposure over the whole hub, because the hub is installed also at an angle. And so we're going to install it somewhat like that. And then below comes a LED strip like so. So I'm going to drill 2 holes here for the T-slot, 2 holes here, and thread them for that LED bar, and then I'm just going to bolt the stuff together. So I'll be back with that. It's all finished up. I sanded it down. I drilled the 4 holes. These 2 are for the T-slot. These holding the bar for the LED strip in place. It's going to get all mounted with just drop-in nuts for the T-slots, and 2 M6 by 12mm bolts. So if our Simpit is like that here, this is going to get installed like that, and then it can illuminate the panels below. So I'm going to install this now in the Simpit, and that should all work. But of course I have to first put a LED strip in here and solder it all up. Here you can see how it is finished and lighted up and illuminated. I have now all my controls right here. All looks good. All works, all wired up. Came out very nice. So now I can just select something, say I want to switch on the throttle here. And the throttle comes on. Everything is in the kind of same color. Everything works. Project finished. Well, that's it for today. Next time I'm making a collet wall rack to store my collets to keep them organized and protected from damage and loss. And that video is coming soon. So please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss it. Don't forget to check out my Discord channel and visit my website at crashmetwice.com for more info on this and other projects. If you like to support this channel, you can buy me a nice cup of coffee from the link below or from my website. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope I earned a like from you. Crash Me Twice, out.